Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to what I hope will be, what I'm sure will be, another very exciting match. One of the, I think, one of the more tightly contested matches this week. We have Stuck in Rotation versus Apex. Joining me is our lovely streamer Vanille, thank you, and Handsome Robot, my co-caster, will be joining us in just a moment here. Just waiting for the last few ready ups. While we have a moment, we can do a quick roster rundown. We have the North American team Stuck in Rotation. I believe the only North American team that is still undefeated. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Adam, Yams, Ramirez, and Brubs, aka Bravo. And on Apex, we have the Chinese team Akari, My UU, ABCD, and Crush. Just waiting for Brubs and Yams to ready up, and we will be going live. Just quickly adjust some settings here.
Shotgun, you complete me.
So we are going to see Stuck in Rotation on the Survivor first. We are starting on the Hong Kong server, I believe. So the away server for the Survivors. Bravo looks to be playing Shotgun. We do have Rochelle, that is Ramirez, on the Uzi. And maybe looking for Adam and Yams to pick up a melee or a deagle. Over on the Infected, we have a Charger Boomer Jockey, and I believe that is a Smoker. So again, no spit for this first hit. Could potentially be a lot of damage even without the spit, but I'm always a big fan of the spitter, especially in and around those stairs, can do a lot of damage against Red Ping survivors. So Stuck in Rotation are going to look to shut this first hit down, and 22% tank. I believe that's a very early spawn. I think that might be only 1 or 2 steps out of the doorway, so we might want to see an early attack here from the Infected. We're just waiting for Bravo, and we will be heading live. I believe the winner of this match will be one of only 4 teams that are still undefeated after the completion of the first 4 rounds. And very, very good position to secure themselves a top 16 seeding into the knockout round. And Bravo is ready up now. We're just waiting for My UU on the Infected, and we will be live. Home and away, of course.
What I miss?
Perfect timing, HR, joining us just as we head live. The Survivors on the Red Ping are going to be kicking us off.
Ooh, my favorite. I've been following Ramirez's team for a while now. We have a boom. 2 boom going out and a devastating smoke. Oh my goodness, a tri-cap. Oh,
that's huge.
With Coach only having pistols having to clear all these hits out, it is not looking good right off the bat.
Wow, that is a lot of damage. The tank's rolling in. Is going to be able to cut those 2 survivors off. They can't get out. He's just rolling straight in. There is a deagle on Coach, but the rest of the survivors need to come and shoot this tank. It's the only chance. Ooh.
I don't know if it was a ping thing, but I just don't think they were ready for that one at all.
No, it's the Boomer, I think, spawned under the stairs, and that is 2 in caps. A 2 boom. The Charger lands. This is a wipe. Oh, dearie, dearie me. A big early wipe for Stuck in Rotation, getting absolutely caught out by the Boomer under the stairs. Look, at least they didn't get caught on the skylight like some idiots on the stairs there. Who would do that?
And if it's any consolation, they do get a little bit of distance for that.
Yeah, that is quite a big wipe. Now, it is the away server stuck in rotation, so if that's going to happen, you definitely want it to happen on the away server, not home, but wow, that was a very, very devastating first attack from the Infected.
It's definitely, I feel like, going to be tough to replicate that first attack on stuck in rotations, and
I'm going to see what Apex can do on their home server. Now, if they get wiped as well, then, you know, no harm, no foul. You're okay with that if you're stuck in rotation. Both teams wipe on the early tank. On the away server, I think you call that a win. Of course, that is a big if.
Might need to defend ourselves.
And Survivors are pushing forward. They do block under the stairs, so we're not going to get any cheeky Boomer behind shenanigans. And we are seeing the Boomer breaking down the doors. A bit of an early spawn. Jockey's up as well on the left. Just waiting and baiting. A nice pop on the boom. Jockey does land for a little bit of damage. Charger stumbles in the door. I think gets a scratch. And Smoker gets a quick pull, but not even close to the same amount of damage as...
yeah. They're looking in a really good position for this tank fight, and in the hands of Yams here, I'm a little nervous for him.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on this tank. He's got to, if it's not a wipe, he's got to do a lot of damage. They can't be falling behind by sort of 500-600 points on map 1. That's not how you want to start. Nice pop on the Boomer by Mayuyu. Obviously a Boomer here, in my opinion. It's absolutely devastating. There's just so many common.
Now we play the waiting game. We do have a Jockey and Hunter, and soon on the way, I believe, a Charger. Okay.
It is the Charger. I think this is going to be the set they commit with. This is probably the best camping spawns, and a tank indeed is rolling in. The Survivors don't get caught on the light. They're not awful like me. And the tank goes in and gets a corner. Relatively early punch onto Ellis there. And that's the Uzi. And that is the Uzi down and out. Another punch onto Rochelle. The tank has still got plenty of health and the support's coming in. Hunter lands. Oh, no, Hunter gets skeeted. But the Jockey lands, and that's a double
charge in the back. Wow.
This could be it. The Charger is cleared, but the tank and the Jockey is still up. Tank is down.
Oh my goodness. Can he do it? Yes. Yes,
one more punch
can.
after this. He's going to do it. And that is the wipe. 200 health on Yams.
Ooh. You hate to see it, the 200 health tank. He was so close to getting the pills and getting the kills, but it didn't work out.
Just needed one more shot from the shotgun. It was, I think it was that early corner onto the Uzi. Just took it right out of the action, and they just had no way of dealing with the 3 SI with only one gun. And stuck in rotation, win the first map. Saved indeed.
I mean, this is... Map 1 is really easy to wipe a tank if you do it correctly, but it makes me worry about what happens when Stuck in Rotation gets on their home server.
Yeah, I would agree. I think if there is no boom landing, which there wasn't, we should probably see the Survivors killing the tank there on their home server. Some of the Infected players or the Apex players maybe not too happy about a bit of the tank damage coming out from some teammates. That is all in the past now. Time to refocus and make sure that they secure the lead on this chapter. As again, the Stuck in Rotation away team will be playing Survivor first, holding on to a 10-point lead. That's dead center.
And I think we're looking at just this first hit here with the Hunter Spitter already spawned in and going for that early spit. We do have an early tank coming up here as well. Oh,
that's
excellent.
A 4 boom. Nice little bit of damage onto Adam. The wall kick into the spit and the 4 boom, and not bad at all from Apex. And as you said, a very early tank. A lot of hittables here.
I'm reloading. I'm a reload.
The Survivors are pushing forward with some really good momentum. We're going to have a Jockey, Charger, Hunter, and is this a quad? I think Boomer died last. No, it is a
Not, and the
try.
tank is up. They're just going to quickly send the support in. Hunter does land onto Yams. Bit of a damage bounce, and the spit, and the jockey body block, and that's half of Yams' health gone. Down to 53. Quite a lot of damage
Car's up,
there.
and it's in.
He's going for the police car as well. He is bringing all the toys, all the hittables.
Wow,
And the police car is in
hit
it
there.
well. Yeah, nicely done. One more punch on the police car to get it over the railing. Boomer does get popped. That's an important pop by Adam. The charger lands?
What? No!
He's right next to the car.
How did the solo
He's so
charge
split.
land?
The car missed.
Oh no!
It's alright, I think it's still an in-cap. But he's punched his car away. Alright, so that is a down onto Adam.
And the survivors are already in a really bad position with that solo charge landing. I don't like this one bit.
They do kill the smoker. So they're going to go for the pickup. Hunter, I assume, is going to go for the delay. He does, lands on Bravo, and the tank's just going to go for the corner. I like this. Oh, but he misses the punch. Does get Ellis. And again. And that is 2 in caps, and the jockey lands on Bravo. It's just Ramirez. And the tank is just going to chase him down, but he's got no health. 200, 100 dead. Wow.
Wow. That's a shame that car popped flying over that hedge. He almost had the kill on him.
Yeah, I think we can thank the Last Stand update for that one. Car just goes flying like it's made out of paper, but a lucky break there from Stuck in Rotation. That was such a huge free charge right down next to the car, basically solo in-capping Adam. I don't know how that happened.
Oh, it was too far away watching the tank. I wish I saw how that charge came in there.
I didn't expect that to happen at all. They're going to send another hit, setting up the charge and the spit and the pounce. That was almost a 3-cap.
Ooh, right into the spitter death spit right there, too. Wow, really good follow-up, too, with them still banning the pickup.
Thank you. Let's try that door.
And Stuck in Rotation, they do survive, but at what cost? No pills left, 3 bleeders. Bravo is going to go slow soon. And I think if you're Apex, you want to look to secure this wipe. You definitely want to make sure that they don't make it with any bonus. There is still about 65% DB, so there is certainly something left to play for Stuck in Rotation if they can take these hits cleanly. Smoke Boom Charge Jock is the hit.
And they're in. The Boomer landing an arc on one. The jockey flies in. We do have the smoke not getting cleared, and it's a 2-cap. Charger was completely eviscerated, but still, that is some good trickle-in damage right there.
Yeah, nearly the 3-cap. I think Bravo got a melee swing on the Charger, and then one final Uzi bullet killed it. If that 3-cap had landed, that would have been really devastating. As you said, good damage just on the smoker and the jockey.
And
push straight up. Don't wait for the spawn. That
we
was good.
do get the spitter coming up, but just too late. You really like the spitter for that stairway hit, but you're not going to see it today.
No, good momentum there from the survivors, knowing the spawn's down, taking that choke, and now they can slow down, kill Common.
Reloading here. Jump onto
Bravo is going to push forward, playing the shotgun there, pos 1. Does have a set of pills. And the SI going in a little early, perhaps, but they do get the spit pounce in the back. And that is a
and
big
he's in
spread.
the corner.
Look at that spread.
Ooh, back to the wall with spit landing on you is just not going to fly.
And that is Ramirez going slow. Bravo is slow. Yams is slow. Adam is 40 health and bleeding. So they're going to have all 4 survivors limping and only 1 set of pills. I think it's just the distance game now for Stuck in Rotation as the boom lands from below. And the spit! And the 2-cap in the spit! This is
An
huge!
amazing 2-cap right in the corner. They had no idea that was going to come. Wow.
Wow. These hits from Apex are just fantastic. I'm really very impressed. Obviously easier against red ping survivors, but consistently landing those spits.
Even with the ping, that coordination is something to admire. It's really good.
And that is all the damage bonus gone. There is 100 health bonus left, most of it on Ramirez, but I don't think we're going to see the survivors making this one. Not at this rate. Charger Charges into the wall. We've all been there. But again, a bit of free spit damage and an incap onto Adam. A nice skeet from Bravo. Didn't catch that the first time, but does get the skeet in one. And we are down to 60 health bonus, 58. And counting, but the survivors are still limping on. They've made about 436, nearly 450 distance. Considering they possibly should have wiped at the early tank, this could have been worse. The hit goes in. Oh, the charge from behind! That's it.
There's the double, and there it is.
That is the wipe. No sooner do I say they've done well to make distance. They get double charge from behind. I think that was a quad. And that is it. Stuck in rotation. 457 for the chapter, 496 for the campaign.
That definitely recovered from that tank fight, and getting distance is still good in my book.
Yeah, on the away server, that's a reasonable result. Now the pressure's really on Apex. If they can shut down this tank and make this map with a healthy bit of bonus, I think you really do want at least a 1,000 point lead, probably more, on your home server. So the pressure is on Apex here.
I think we see this tank fight, it's going to be really indicative of how the rest of this match is going to go. What happens with this tank fight? I'm really interested to see what's going to happen here.
Yeah, it's such a volatile tank as well. There's so many hittables, as we saw, and they can be really unpredictable. A lucky car can make a huge amount of damage, could be the wipe, or you could get unlucky and maybe only get 1 or 2 punches.
Very
That
sneaky
is
Hunter there.
Bravo getting blown away. And shut down. A single boom does get the actually proxy inside, so 3 boom does land, but not a whole lot of damage. And the survivors are probably going to look to push forward and spawn this tank.
Look out!
Hey, I'm reloading. Reloading. Reloading.
There is a tank. They're going to send the late hit.
All right.
Nothing really to speak of there. Charger tries for it.
There.
Yeah, a little bit staggered. I think they didn't quite have their spores, and the spitter does hit the hedge. Bad luck.
And this tank, in the hands of Adam, he only got 1 car, and it's up on the ledge here. He's going to have to work a little extra hard to get that in where he wants it, but it seems like, ooh, he might have to jump punch it. That's a tough spot.
Gonna try and rock it, but I think he's just rocked it away, and now he can't reach it at all. I think you're right. Maybe the jump punch was the go. Can he get it up there? Is there a ladder? I don't think there is. There is one in front on... Yeah, okay, so he's going to go for that, and the survivors aren't going to chip. Alright, so he does go and get the car.
Oh, excellent.
That's a pretty good hit. Yep, that is in. He's going to bring his bin as well. Survivors posturing really defensively. They're all the way basically back in front of the safe room.
And I haven't seen this one in a long time with them positioned there on the hedges, but the car rolls in, almost clipping him, and the tank is going for punches now.
Does miss onto Rochelle. She's got to skeet this hunter, and she does. What a huge skeet from Rochelle. But the punch onto Nick, and he's separated right by the car and the 2 bins. Oh my god!
No.
The car missed. And he's missed the punch again. Adam is beefing it. Alright, he does get the incap, but I don't think he's got enough health, and that's it. Oh. And look at Nayu's health. 1 more hit from that hittable, and that would have been a death.
That car was just not agreeable.
No, a bit of bad luck with that hittable. Could have had the kill. In the end, only the 1 incap.
1 down is still decent in my book. I think you can get away with 1 down and walk away pretty happy.
Yeah. I think if you're Apex, you're not too unhappy with how that went at all. Now, the name of the game is just maximizing the amount of health they make this with. If they make it at all, as the hit comes in, Charger's going to go for the... Ooh, tried to get the stumble and the spit, but a nice level. I like the idea there. Sending the Charger a little bit late. Get the wall stumble. But did get shut down. And not a whole lot of damage, considering it was a spit charge hunt.
I think they were a little eager there. They jumped the gun, kind of sending it a little too early, and they had time to back out of that one.
They're going to send the next hit in. Hunter does get a proxy on 2, and the 2 cap in the back, and that is good damage. Crush is stuck in the spit with Common, and there's a smoke on
That's what we're
Coach.
looking for there. That clear
Still not
just
cleared.
not coming out there for a second.
That's a lot of damage going in, considering that was just a Boomer, a Hunter, and a Smoker there. Not the most deadly hit, but Stuck in Rotation making it work, and they have saved the Spitter. They have the Spit Charge for this choke that is so deadly. And that's a land. Do get the clear, but Mayu is going to take a lot of damage, and the Boomer, and that is an in cap. And I think he's black and white.
I think you're right, yeah. If they focus their efforts to get Nick down again, it's not going to look pretty.
No, I don't know if he can play Pos 1 anymore. I mean, it is risky if you're already beat up and you take an unlucky Spit Charge like we just saw there. That's a death. So you might need to change things up. They're setting another hit in. A lot of aggression from Stuck in Rotation. The smoke lands, the charge lands.
That was a
scratch
quad even as well.
Did elect to go for the damage, the Charger taking the smoke target, but I don't mind that. And they're setting these hits early and often, so quite aggressive play from Stuck in Rotation on the Infected, and that's good. They've brought the bonus down by a huge amount. Down from over 900 to just 450, halved it, and the survivors haven't even got to the event. Nice 2-boom coming in. Spit does miss. Smoker gets cleared, Jockey gets M2'd. A little bit of free spit damage.
I saw that, yeah, he kind of stepped in it a little bit.
Didn't look where he was going.
Wet floor sign.
And Apex continue to push through. So they have won the map. But again, they're taking a lot of damage on these hits. 435 bonus, and I really think that they need to try and preserve as much of this as they can.
I think we're going to see a nice return here, though. This event is just painstaking when all you have is a few sets of pills.
Charger tries for the rocket, unlucky. Hunter gets skeeted, Boomer lands on 1, and the Spitter doesn't have anything to spit on, and the survivors are going to push in and get the cola here. Coach, the mobile pipe bomb, taking all the common, pulls out the baseball bat, and oh, they flubbed the throw. That was a bit unlucky. Now, are they going to go for the cola straight away? They are not, and I think that is the right call. They know the hit's up. They're going to take it slow. The hit is coming in now, though, and it is the quad. Smoker land does get cleared. Charger lands does get cleared again, and the skeet.
Oof,
That was actually
a bit
very well
staggered with that, but they still got a little bit of damage going out.
I think the Charger just didn't quite have the spawn. I understand the call from Stuck in Rotation. You definitely want to go before the survivors get over into that corner there, before they get set up, but nicely done. There was a skeet, insta-clear on the Jockey and the Charger, and that's a little bit more like it from Apex. That said, the bonus is down to 350 and falling, so that's another 100 gone. Boomer does miss. Hunter gets skeeted. Charges going for an optimistic charge, to say the least. Maybe you want to save that one for the cola,
Kinda
and the spit
tossing
goes
those
early
hits
as
in,
well.
Yeah. I mean, there are 2 bleeding. That is something to consider, but I don't think it's worth sacking the hits like that.
No, I think you can afford to wait for them to put the cola in. That is an inbuilt choke there, and as it happens, Apex basically get a free ride and are now pushing forward past the event. 1, maybe 2 more hits with the limping survivors.
And with a sizable bonus, mind you.
It is the quad. I think you probably want to send this one fairly early if you're stuck in rotation, so you do get 1 more hit before the safe room. And that's exactly what they're going to do. The Smoker rockets it in. Nice ski. Charger does land for a little bit. The Jockey gets M2'd. The survivors push forward 309 bonus.
And you guessed it. Yeah, there's definitely one more hit. Probably not the best one here, but we can see what they pull off with a Boomer, Smoker, Spitter, and Hunter here.
Safe pass.
Yeah, it is the 2-2. They're going to want to try and make this spit pounce, if at all possible, but there's been a lot of skeets coming out from Apex, so they might not get the chance. Boomer is gone already.
I'm going as fast as I can. Trying to walk this off.
The Hunter goes for it and gets skeeted. There it is. Smoker gets cleared, Spit doesn't have anything to land on, and Akari 1 HP, but they are going to make it into the safe room, securing 300 or so bonus for the map. 300 exactly.
And it's still anyone's game. It's very close.
Man.
Yeah, I think you're not too unhappy with that if you're stuck in rotation. A bit unlucky not to get that kill on the tank, but they did a great job at chipping away at that bonus, reducing it by about 600 from after the tank, and only behind by about 400 points on the away server. Obviously, maps 3 and 4 can be a lot of points for the survivors, but I think if this sort of pace keeps up, Stuck in Rotation are looking pretty good going into their home server.
Let's go find the evacuation center. I'm already sick of this place.
Cedar's got to be around here somewhere. Let's find this evac and get out of here.
Do see Apex playing Survivor first. They are in the lead now. Charger, Spitter Hunter, and where is that last spawn? I think that is a jockey. It's quite a high damage hit if they can land it. Indeed, it is the Charge Hunt Jock Spit. Probably going to see a bit of baiting here on the survivors, taking their time, seeing if they can force a mistake from the infected.
And we do see 3 people running shotguns, which is a little bit different.
Yeah, that is quite optimistic, but there is the skeet, but the charge and the jockey do land, and Coach goes for a run through the spit as well, and that is 45 spit damage. Crush down to 50 HP, and Akari lost 10 health as well, so not bad at all. I'm stuck in rotation there. And as you said, 3 shotguns. Interesting. What do you think about 3 shotguns for this tank here? 34%.
Well, they're going to have to play it close to the chest here, literally and figuratively. They got to dance around the tank really to put some high damage in there with the Chrome especially.
Yeah. I'm a bit nervous about this, especially against a 200 ping tank. These arms are going to be huge. I don't know if you want to be getting anywhere near it if you can avoid it, but that is the call. 3 Uzis, 3 shotguns rather, only the 1 Uzi. And the hit is coming in. Charger lands. Hunter does take the smoke target. A bit unfortunate there. The Boomer goes out for 2, but that is still good damage, and Crush is now slow. So he is going to have to commit the pills, and the tank is up. Obviously, only the 1 Uzi to chip again. I'm not sure I like this decision. There is a pump. The random weapon spawn just at the bottom of the stairs is a pump, and the tank's going in. Not wasting any time is Bravo. Sending it in. The Charger lands.
Wow.
Does get cleared in the tank.
Ignoring the Charger outright, and he's just going for those free punches with the survivors running around floating. Jockey's in the back, trolling around, and the Hunter flies up. He gets another punch.
Pounce in the back. Does get the clear, and another punch. Bravo just basically running around playing whack-a-mole there. I think got 4 or maybe 5 free punches. Didn't go for the charged guy, as you said, but made it work anyway. Made it work regardless.
Shotgun certainly did the work that I did not expect them to do.
They did kill the tank, but it's quite a lot of punches. I think you're not unhappy with that at all if you're stuck in rotation here.
Careful.
Charger is up in front, and it lands again. There's the spit. And the pull for a little bit more damage, and oh, that is a long spread down the corridor. Nick eating, basically that's a whole set of pills gone.
Back down the stairs.
The survivors just under 600 bonus. Again, I think they've really got to be saving most of this bonus if they want to have a real chance going into the away servers. The Hunter's bouncing around, being a distraction. Charger goes in, gets shut down. Hunter, poor Adam, tried his best, couldn't get in the door. And the one boom goes out, and the survivors, I think, are just going to push.
Absolutely calculated, sending the boomer in last.
Are they going to go for the second floor? They are. This is quite aggressive from the survivors, but I like it. The spawn's not quite up in time, and they make it all the way up before the hit is ready. They do have a spit charge with a smoker. See if they can set something up. Charger doesn't get the hop over the pot plant though, but again, the free spit. Taking off another 50 bonus, I think, basically just in spit damage. The survivors are limping forward as Bravo despawns his smoker.
We have to turn that alarm off.
Hit goes in early here from stuck in rotation. Nice ski by my Yu onto Ramirez. Do clear the tongue, and Boomer comes in and dies last. Like you said, good sack rotation there.
Hey, watch out! Thanks for turning off that alarm.
All in all, they're really powering through these hits right now. I don't know if they need to tighten up their coordination just a bit, or if it's just the ping that's really holding them back.
Thanks, killer.
There is going to be a spit charge for this corridor. Probably the last high damage hit for this survivor round. Let's see how they can handle it. The Stuck in Rotation have done a great job at landing these spit charges consecutively. Let's see if Apex can shut this one down, as the Hunter's going to go for the wall kick. Does get skated. Jockey does get M2'd. And here comes the Charger, and doesn't quite land. And that's a bit better from Apex. But they do the spitter still, with the free spit, does secure the in-cap onto Crush, reducing that DB even further.
Definitely going to be missing out on all that damage they could have did. I think they staggered their hits a little bit there.
Yeah, I think they tried to play off the wall kick, but just didn't quite get it. The survivors had a lot of time to shoot, and they're going to send another hit in, and another ski. These Hunters are not having any luck at all. Smoker gets cleared, Boomer gets a one boom, but that is that. And the survivors are going to look to push here. They are not going to pop pills on Ellis, so they will take one more hit. I think they maybe could have just about gotten in, certainly close to it, if they decided to take those pills. They are going to hold on to them for the points. And there is another spit charge. And look at these comments, just absolutely lost. No idea what to do.
I don't think I've seen that one before.
Hunter does land, and the spit. Charger does get shut down though, so a little bit of damage coming out on that last hit. But that will be that, and Apex are going to make it 450 bonus. I think definitely a better showing than last map. They took a bit of damage on the tank, but managed to preserve a good amount of bonus. Only losing about 150 after the tank, bringing their campaign total to just under 2,000. Now we're going to see how Stuck in Rotation can handle this tank. I don't think this is the hardest tank for the survivors, so I suspect Stuck in Rotation can take this one fairly cleanly. Just need to avoid the boom and keep their distance. They are going to run the 3 Uzis. that it's probably best, certainly on ping.
Maybe they won't have so many free punches now that they're running the meta here.
You would hope so, yeah. I think Bravo got 5, yeah, basically free punches on his tank, which is quite remarkable to me.
Punk ass hunter around.
Survivors are baiting. Bravo playing that pos 1. Does go out, sees the charger, gets instant cleared. Nicely done. Ooh, the spitter does miss? Or did he get picked? One or the other. And that is a clean take from Stuck in Rotation. I remember Apex took quite a lot of damage on that first hit. Stuck in Rotation not having the same problem. And they are pushing through, and they are down the escalator already, not wasting any time. Boomer fails his rocket. That's a feels bad. Charger gets shut down. But does land. But the hit is basically dealt with. A little bit of free spit damage, maybe a little bit of common damage, but otherwise nothing to write home about. Stuck in Rotation are going to spawn this tank.
And they are definitely gas pedal right now, running through those hits and using that momentum to get that tank spawn up.
Hunter, Jockey, and the last spawn is the Charger. Wonder if they're going to commit with this one or look to cycle. Survivors are postured not too aggressively, but definitely looking to get some chip. I like it. You don't want the tank to have 6k health when he's getting on top of you. Get as much chip as you can. And it looks like they are going to go.
Good middle ground here too, and the tank is rolling in. The Hunter does land, but does get instantly cleared. The tank is going
Hunter
for
was
it.
too early.
Yeah, I don't know why that support. They
And
didn't
the
have a
M2
smoker though.
Does get one punch, and the Jockey behind the rock. No, he picked
is
up a
that
rock.
questionable rock?
Oh no, and this tank is dead, HR. That is it.
Oh, wow. A no-hitter.
I think he got one punch onto Ramirez, but... Or maybe
I think
that
this
was
is the comeback
Yan.
they were looking for.
Yeah, not able to make it work. The Hunter went in, got the cap, but just too early. The tank wasn't there. They did then land the Jockey, but the tank picked up a rock. I think he should have just gone for the punch, trying to get maybe a bit too greedy, and the bonus, 1,050 for Stuck in Rotation. I mean, if they get, I think really any bonus at all on this map, on the away server, they're going to be very, very happy going into their home server.
I wonder what was going on over there in the war room. What the calls were being made for that tank fight. It's just, that didn't seem professional at all.
Just a little bit too staggered, yeah. Again, I liked the idea, but just too early. That hunt, the early corner with the Hunter, I think it's a reliable strategy, but got to make sure your tank's actually there to land the follow-up punch, and he certainly was not. There is a quad. Well, wouldn't it be something if this lands in this corridor is going to be very difficult, but maybe they can get a bit of damage. Taking a sweet time. No one wants to rush. The baiting timer is ticking down.
Weapons over here.
Still not going. Wonder what the infected are waiting for here. Must be waiting for the survivors to hit the event. And they have done it. Hunter's in the room.
Ooh. Bit of a hesitation there from the Charger momentarily.
Yeah, I like the idea of having that Hunter behind. He got the stumble, but the other spawns just weren't quite able to get in time, and actually didn't result in very much at all. Like you said, the Charger, not quite sure what he was doing.
And that stun from the Hunter in the back looked very promising, but they were not there to capitalize on it.
A shutdown on the Boomer, and yeah, I think that's the second time this round we can say that Hunter looked promising, but weren't able to capitalize. Survivors have just pushed all the way through, no trouble at all. And they are just going to camp out the remaining horde here. No one's bleeding, no
1,000
pressure at
bonus
all.
as well.
This is looking rough. We're going to need to see some massive hits from Apex. I really think pressure is definitely on them to make these spit charges, or whatever they can get, work. Hunter is just running around in there, doing his best common impression. And the horde is basically all dead. That is, like you said, 1,005 bonus for stuck in rotation post-tank, post-horde. There's might only be one more dangerous hit if they can push through quickly.
Pistol.
Do have the Hunter and Charger with that spitter looking for a nice, nasty spawn here. I think a wall kick is about to come out here of that closet.
Jockey's trying to find the spawn behind as well. They could get a bit of separation if they make this work. Hunter's going, can't get out the door. They do land.
Ooh! Devastating hit right there. But actually, he got to jump off the table. It looks like the spread didn't work for
Bounced
them.
his way out of the spit there. Got the very lucky get-up animation, and all in all, that wasn't even 1,000 bonus gone. It looked so promising for a moment, but both of the survivors just yeeted their way out of the spit.
An insult to injury, they find another set of pills there.
The next hit does come in, but shut down again. One punch from the Charger, but not a whole lot to speak about. And that's 900 bonus for stuck in rotation.
Anyone need some pills?
And I have to assume that this last hit's going to get handled, dispatched in a similar fashion to the previous ones. The hit, because the jockey goes in, rather, a little bit of damage, but cleared. And now there is only 3 spawns. They do get the wall kick with the spit. And there is a common blocking a little bit onto Bravo, but that is it. I think we might get one final infected coming up, but the survivors are going to roll in with 834 bonus, and that is that.
They just go right in. Wow.
And that has leveled the game right back up. 60 points in it, heading into the finale. This is not looking good for Apex. Just weren't able to get those spit charges at all.
I'm sure they're going to be dreading the next match. With the home game, it's just going to be it's going to be much worse, I imagine.
Yeah, they're going to have to pull off something really special on the finale here if they want any chance at all. I'd say 60 points is, well, it's nothing.
That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Jimmy Gibbs Jr. God damn it, I could have gotten a picture taken with Jimmy Gibbs' stock car.
We are going to see another spit charge with a hunter and a jockey, so very high potential for damage here. And Stuck Rotation done a great job of making these spit charges work. Can they keep it up? Hunter does get M2'd, I think, and shut down. Charger goes in, lands again. And the spit, oh, that is so much damage. These charges are just consistently landing. I think there needs to be a little bit more focus fire from Apex.
I think even the jockey shoving him aside added to the damage as well.
And yeah, another sort of 50 spit damage on the first hit from Stuck in Rotation, really putting in work. We do see the cans, and there is only 2 on the 3rd floor if my vision serves me. That is quite fortunate, I think, for Stuck in Rotation here, actually. A pretty generous dispersion of cans, and that usually favors the away team.
Get this car gassed up.
Spitter does Oh, sorry, Smoker does die immediately. Boomer's going to look for a rocket and the charge.
Ooh. And the 2-boom landing out there. Still, that isn't anything I don't think that the tank wants to commit on, as convincing as 2 booms can be.
No, it just spawns a bit too far away, basically back in the safe room. The tank is up in the hands of Ramirez. He's going all the way to the top floor. He's taking about 400 chip. Not bad if you're the survivors. Now the question is, how are they going to handle these hits? The next one does come in. Charger rockets in, Smoker rockets in. Oh, that rock just missed by an inch. But miss it did. And now Ramirez is down to 25%, 20%, 15%. He is going to go second pass, and I think this is a commit. He's not even trying to hold sight. Just preserving his HP. He's going to rotate around, and I think this will be the commit with a Boomer, Hunter, and Charge. Oh, the boom lands! A nice 2-boom, as you were saying, and this is the commit. Rolling it in, the Hunter's pouncing right, but speeded! Hunter is dead. Tank gets a corner on Nick anyway, though. Turns around, misses his punch onto Ellis, gets the follow-up, and the charge. That's a 3rd slam for the Charger. Excellent double right there. Oh, this is devastating damage from Ramirez. They do finally kill the tank, but... Wow, that is so much damage. And the Hunter got one-shot skeeted. Adam wasn't even part of it. I think Apex are just not respecting these red ping arms as much as they should be. Too many free punches are landing. And of course, a huge 2-boom from Bravo.
Well, I think they're looking in a much better position now. Maybe having gained confidence, perhaps. And one of their stronger players playing that tank there.
That was a really solid tank from Ram as the hit does come in. That is an in-cap onto Coach in the back. And the Spit Pounce onto Rochelle. Spitter did die though, and I think it died last or second last, so they can just throw these cans down. They're going for the hardest 2 first, so good. I think that is the right call. As the Horde begins. Now they are split here. They need to group up a little bit, and they do. All drop back to the 2nd floor. The quad is up. Hunter lands, Charger lands, Smoker lands, Chucky lands. Oh my goodness. Wow.
A beautiful tri-cap did land, and for a split second it looked like that quad almost did.
Rolling, that was a rolling quad cap. They just got the clear on the Hunter in time, but look at their health, HR. They're basically dead already. There's only 2 sets of pills left.
I don't know what they're gonna do about this.
Did pick the Spitter though.
3 tanks really they can commit into the card. There's really, it's just going to be an absolute slog. And with him down up there
Ellis,
from that common.
He gets downed by a common, oh no. Ooh. He did such a good job skeeting the Hunter and then just gets whacked. Sucker punched. And I don't think they're going to go for him. How could they?
It isn't worth the time.
This is looking really rough. Hit comes in, Hunter lands, Charger lands, and the Spit. They do save the can, but more damage coming out. Akari is on about 3 health, 2 health. And they are indeed just going to leave poor Ellis to fend for himself as they go for these remaining 2 cans. I don't think they're going to survive this next tank, so their pressure is really on them to fill whatever they can up quickly. The tank is up. Hunter's going for my UU, and it lands. That's a death onto Coach in the corner there. And they're not going to get this can. The tank's right there, and that is going to be it. 6 cans in total. Jockey lands. Tank punches Rochelle, and that is the wipe. 6 cans in total for Apex, and HR, I think they might be losing on their home server here at this rate.
Yeah, I think you're right. And that first tank, I think it said it spoke volumes. I think we knew exactly where this was going after that first tank. Absolutely
Yeah.
destroyed their health.
It really did, and then the quad cap so close to landing. Might be
Anybody
ready
know who
for a
the
few
race car,
whooshy knees in chat pretty soon.
Best car racer of all time. Try reading a book sometime.
Jimmy Gibbs Jr. Man, Southerners make the weirdest people famous.
That man is America's greatest natural resource. If the laws of nature allowed it, I would bear that man's children.
Ramirez is on the door. The Hunter. Hunter? Spitter? Oh no, the wheels are coming off for Apex here. That did not look good. Charger does land, but there's no spit. The spitter got picked. Hunter failed his wall kick and
So the evac station's
not looking good.
We're at the center of a zombie-filled building. On the right side,
Has stuck in rotation, broke Apex's will.
I think they have. Boomer doesn't land, just to add insult to injury.
We just need to appropriate it.
We're gonna need a miracle tank coming out here and some ace support to make things right.
Plan, but it is a plan.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see a wipe on the first tank at least, and even then, it's a slender lead for Apex to hold on to. Hunter's just getting chipped away. Spit obviously doesn't spread in the elevator. This Hunter's gonna go for the scratch. He does land it, but that is that. Tank up in the hands of Akari, and how do you wipe with this? I think you basically need a 3-boom or more and some really fantastic support. This is one of the harder tanks to make work for the infected. Tank is doing a good job at keeping vision, still 85% first pass, taking about 200 chip, but not a whole lot. And I think they're just buying time, seeing if that boomer can find a good spawn. Hit does come in. Charger misses. And the boomer gets popped. Nice pop by Bravo immediately, reacting to that audio cue, and a whole load of nothing there for Apex on the first hit.
Still standing with some decent health with this tank. He is on second though, and he's gonna have to make a tough choice here with the Charger, Hunter, Smoker as support. I don't know if I mean it's not bad support, but I mean I wouldn't prefer it.
Yeah, I think his hand has been forced, and he's getting chipped a hell of a lot here. He's just got to send it in at this stage and hope for the best. Down to 4,000 already. The Smoker's already spawned. Does get the pull, but a nice clear, and the Hunter gets skeeted. Oh no. Oh no. The tank is just getting juked. And that is the no-hitter coming out. Oh dear.
Wow. What is going on over there?
I mean, to be fair, that was some very crisp survivor play from Stuck in Rotation. Really fast clear on that tongue, skeeting the Hunter, and the survivors have already got the first 4 cans and they are running for it. They know they don't need to get all of them. They just need to secure the easy ones on this second floor, and that will be the win on the away server. Hunter does go in. The spit on the cans on the roof, so he is going to get
and
both
a
of them.
can explosion. Wow.
3 cans actually. So
Looks like they're
not
shifting their
bad.
focus to destroying the cans now, which is
And he's dropped the
definitely
can into the
play
fire.
here.
That's going to burn as well. Oh dear.
The Smoker not getting cleared either.
And where's the spit? Oh, the spit's on the. Spit was on the car.
I am sure Adam appreciated that one.
Stuck in Rotation just lost 4 cans. That was a little bit questionable. Still very much alive, and they do fill the first can up, but probably could be winning the game already by now. Charger does land a bit too late to stop the can. And that is 2 done already. Now they are going to have to go back up to the second floor and get all those cans that they lost. 4 of them are still up there. And the spitter just delaying, being a pest, right up at that top floor. And they are probably going to look to send this hit in as the survivors are filling the cans. They do get one, and the hit goes in afterwards. That's a bit weird. Adam takes a bit of spit damage, but they shut it down and the spitter is dead. Oh no, the spitter is still alive. My mistake. 8 HP.
That's more than enough if they keep to cover.
The tank has spawned. 2 boom. But the spitter, of course, did die, and he doesn't have any other support. Smoker misses onto Nick, and he is going to get killed by Bravo, and survivors are just going to keep filling cans. They don't care. Don't give a honk.
The tank's taking 500 chip, which isn't substantial, but still, you don't like to see that.
Especially before he's really done anything. Just throws a rock right at the sign, showing his frustration.
I don't think I've ever seen a tank go over there. I don't think that's a really good spot.
I believe he can rotate. Is there a ladder over next to the elevator? I believe there is. So he can rotate to get above the survivors. They send another hit in. Charger misses. Jockey lands for a little bit. Hunter does get skeeted again. I can't remember the last time I saw an Apex Hunter land.
Crazy sons of bitches messing
This
me up.
tank is 25% and falling. Survivors doing a good job at hiding line of sight. And I think this is going to be another commit. 6 cans for stuck in rotation. That was the number that Apex got. So if they don't wipe here and now, they will win on the away server. This tank is down to 20%. He needs to go. 15, 10. Don't want to get AI'd mid-air like some people.
Ooh.
Boomer does land a single.
Almost
Smoker
looking like
again,
more,
really
but
early. Not able. Oh, good rock though. Smoker's dead. Does get a punch onto Rochelle.
Jockey follows
And
up on
the
that
second.
rock over there as well, giving more damage that's needed.
That's
but
it.
I think
Port's all
that
dead.
tank's pretty much done now.
Tank is slain. And a little bit of damage coming out. Not bad, but nowhere near enough, I'd say. A day short and $1 late.
I don't think I've heard that one before.
Watch out!
Well, we do have a spit charger. Hopefully they can redouble their efforts and make something happen here.
Hunter's not having much luck. The charger does land though.
Ooh, interesting.
And they burn the cans.
Ooh.
Okay.
Adam yet again standing in fire and spit. Ooh.
Do get a bit more damage. I think that's all of the pills for the survivors gone. So Adam's going to need to take a set.
Hey, got a can.
But they are going to fill this can and I believe take the lead. Ooh, not quite. One more can will give them the lead on the away server. Next hit does come in. It is a quad, but really staggered. I mean, the charger hasn't even spawned. The jockey's basically dead. This is not looking good for Apex. Just looking maybe a little bit on tilt, perhaps.
Perhaps. I wonder if they would GG it after this round.
I wouldn't be surprised. 24-36. Stuck in rotation have officially won on the away server. Now it's just a matter of by how much. Boomer does miss. Gets shut down.
Crazy sons of
Still
bitches.
need 4 more
See ya.
cans, and these are the 4 hardest cans to get. Not a lot of health to work with on the survivors. So if Apex can get a bit of damage on these hits, they might stop them from getting any more. As the hit does go in, a nice 2 cap. They do get the clear on the smoker, but that is an in cap onto Yams. The jockey comes in late again.
Wow. Excellent cleanup there. Much needed damage to slow them down.
The spitter is dead, and those 2 cans have been collected by Bravo, and he is pouring them in. There is only those 2 cans left, and the boomer hits the railing. Does still land. On the
Classic.
one. Charger lands the charge, does get cleared. That's why you run 3 Uzis. And the smoker comes in, a little bit of damage. Hunter gets shut down, and I believe that is it, HR. Stuck in rotation are going to make the map, make the finale on the away server.
And all with 200 plus ping. An amazing feat.
Just under 300 point lead for Stuck in Rotation on the away server. And
oh, and we're getting GGs?
Adam hitting it with the GG. I assume that is gonna be that.
Are we, yeah? Is that it?
Let me confirm with Owen here.
Wow.
But it certainly looks like that could be it. We did see the GGs coming out from Apex, perhaps electing not to take us to New York.
Yeah, I think it'd only be downhill from there, really, and you could feel the tilt emanating off of them towards the end there, and it's very disappointing to see that they had lost their hope, because they could have stuck with it.
Yeah, it looked promising. There were a few moments there. They were leading going into map 3, but that third and yeah, especially that third map, I think the tank getting handled and making it with such a huge bonus Stuck in Rotation on the away server. I have checked with Owen, no response. I think that probably is the GG.
Wow. So, Stuck in Rotation is gonna scoop up this win then.
I believe so. Just check with Ram. I can see that the Apex players have closed the game, so I think we can call that one there. That is the win for Stuck in Rotation. I don't think we're going to be going to New York.
I can only imagine those people in chat right now scooping up all those upset carrots.
And that is the GG. Yep, Owen has confirmed we are going to be finishing it there. So congratulations to Stuck in Rotation. Really solid performance, picking up the win on 200 ping, and they are moving on. I believe that means they are still undefeated. One of only a few teams still undefeated after 4 rounds of play. So congratulations to them.
Wow.
And of course, commiserations to our friends over on Apex. A lot of promise, but just weren't quite able to get it done.
Yeah, I definitely saw that that energy leaving them as the game went on.
Indeed, it can be very tilting playing against such just a methodical survivor team, not giving the infected any room to breathe, shutting down those spits and charges even on 200 ping, and it's just the way it goes. So, GG, I believe, is the call. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. HR, you want to sign us off?
Absolutely. You know what? I'm glad there's some upset carrots for you guys. You deserve them. And Apex, you put up a good fight. Hang in there. There's more to come. Round 5 is right around the corner. Stuck in Rotation. Congratulations. 200 ping is no easy feat. And I think Oh, of course, Vanille, always doing the most excellent camera work. And I think that about wraps it up. Thanks, everyone, for coming. Good night.